Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. This is a great day for you because we are reviewing my favorite episode of Reasonable Doubt, talking about season 3, episode 4, where Eddie, Jax's father, put his foot all up in Lewis's ass, and I was happy to see it. It was a great episode, I tell you, great episode. So we're gonna get into it. Why I loved it. I want more of it. Bill looking like he's doing well with his wife. Anyway, we'll get through all that. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Please watch the video to the end in case you don't do that. Please comment on the video. Most of the stuff is in the intro, so let's just get to the intro.
Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
All right, we got Jemani here. Kim will be coming soon, we hope. But we are going to start with my favorite part of this episode, which was the last 5 minutes of this episode, is when Lewis turned into Vin Rames to an extent and found his father-in-law and said, "You stay gone or you be gone." I was like, oh, this Pulp Fiction? Is that the fuck we doing? And then Eddie began to drill into him, speaking nothing but facts. But Jemani, what did you think of the unnecessary confrontation? Please.
Don't throw rocks if you live in glass houses. So
Yes.
I loved it. I'm like, yes, this was the pinnacle of the entire series. I'm like, you could series finale this after that.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. We still got a lot more ground to cover.
I really don't care about the damn case.
Yo, bro, we will, y'all. We're gonna save the legal review of this legal drama for the end of this video because, god damn it, like every episode, I'm like, fuck this episode. What is worse, being called a hater or a 304? A hoe, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna get to that. That was my second favorite moment. Favorite moment. But it's Lewis. It's Lewis. So facts. All right. So then you got Eddie's was snapping hands with his friends. Yeah, slapping hands with his friends. He's a better dad than Lewis. By far, just a better man. Like he's a crackhead. But my point is, like, Lewis, Lewis was in a lose-lose situation, to be honest, because as a much younger man, if he would have whooped Eddie's ass, he would have been an asshole for beating up an old man. So he really shouldn't have did it, right? I mean, so him losing to Eddie verbally or physically, he also looks like a bitch. So, there's nothing he really could have did. So he just shouldn't have did it at all. Really, he should be thanking him because somehow off camera, Eddie got Naima and Spencer to accept the fact that they almost had a brother with Naima's friend's mama. Please, sorry. Good.
I'm like, you say it's a lose-lose situation. I'm like, that's because, like, if you argue or you're physical, I'm like, nah. I would. You gotta go the what do you call it? Sorry to say it, the BMF route, and just be like, hey man, I got some drugs for you. Like when like in the second season with Lamar or whatever.
Okay, all right. But let's go down that road. Like that, you're right. Like what he should have did was somehow get Eddie caught up. But really, for what? Eddie, as pointed out, solved the problem. We should have saw that, for the record. I want to see what Eddie said to these two teenagers that made them go, that makes sense that daddy banged Hattie's mama, Tony, got her pregnant, didn't tell us for 9 months. The baby dies. He still didn't tell us. And it's all good. Like, I wanted to hear that.
It was a scared straight situation where he's like, let me tell you about what I've done and compare that to what he did. Now that's what he did really is nothing.
So if that's what he did, we still should have saw it. That was a very critical moment. But let's talk about how we got the kids sold sold the family secret for a small amount. I don't even understand that. Like, tell me the tea and I'll give you $20 each. They're gonna sell it for free. So I'm not even sure. But so again, they made out really. So that should be the conversation. How did Eddie find out about this? Why was he in our house in the first place, Mama?
Yeah, that is really what annoyed me, was like the mother seemed like she was about to tell her that the father came over, and then
she said, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk. So really, Mama's at fault again. But anyway, no. I want to break down what Eddie said and why the shit was hilarious and why was it on point. Because he was like, I was gonna let you have a little bit of respect until you came up here and you had some felon bend over and kidnap your wife and my daughter. I'm like, how did you know that? I mean, that's an awesome.
Kids know it. The kids know it.
How did the kids know that? So you mean to tell me they told the kids that she was fucking the convict? No. Like
they don't tell the kids anything. The kids over here find out from other people. She was kidnapped. You think that wasn't big news?
No, it's not the kidnapping. It's the bent over part. Like, he's like, this man was fucking your wife. And that's what he said. So I'm like, how did he know that she was having an affair? That's what I don't understand. I mean, the kidnapping, you're right. But like she said, bend over and kidnapped.
You think her Jack's chatty patty mother didn't inform the father, Eddie? Now that they're on good terms? Yeah, Eddie.
That should have been on camera. But the grandmother might have told. We don't need to be guessing. Like, we need to be seeing. Like, how close are them that basically she's been giving him everything that's been happening over the last 8+ years that so what about the whole molestation of the white father? Anyway, let's stay focused. First, he hit him with that piece, which was hilarious. Then he hit him with you trying to be the head nigga in charge. And you can't even claim head of household on your taxes. Because last time I checked, my daughter pays the mortgage. I was like, you is a bitch. I was like, he telling all kinds of truth.
Please don't get me started when you start talking about his job. Because they made him look like he was he did something by saying, oh, it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. No. You are the one who ended up as the loser in the situation.
So we will get to I want yes, we will do Lewis versus Sam. We'll do that. Anyway, Kim, hello. Welcome. You are muted or just can't hear you. Yes. But you look lovely. Just saying. I was like, you don't see muted, but there's no volume. Sorry, Mama Lou told Eddie about Jack's situation. When, DeMarcus, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying none of this was explained. If we're gonna go back real quick, because I don't think we covered this last review. Naima never told Lewis how Hattie found out about the baby. That did not happen. When Lewis is telling the story to Jax, now all of a sudden it's Hattie was overhearing Mom talk about it, and that was not in the script. That was not said. So like they're just adding shit, to get the story from point A to point B. But anyway, so he hit him with that. He hit him with the mortgage. Then he said, if you weren't his dad, but I am his dad, and you ain't gonna do shit. So go home and play video games. Damn. And that's what he does, and that's what he did. He just left and go make dinner because dinner ain't gonna make itself. I was like, damn.
And it doesn't hurt that the father's taller than him, so it just
slightly, slightly. But no, you're right though. It does help. It's good casting. It's good casting to be like Lewis was not going to intimidate this man, physically at least. So that was excellent casting on their part. I don't know if they thought that far into it, but it was everything, bro. I felt so vindicated. Kim,
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Welcome. Willful Mike. So yes, please. Eddie versus Lewis. What were your thoughts on the confrontation?
Well, one, Eddie was not a good husband or father, but Lewis, yeah, Eddie pretty much told Lewis off. Like he put him in his place. He actually did. Because Lewis has not been the best husband. He has not been the best father. But that's pot calling kettle black. He at least stuck around and he at least is trying to be a good husband and father. He wasn't weak. Because to me, when you can't get off drugs, you're weak. Because a strong person can focus and say, you know what? The most important thing is my family. Let me get off these drugs so I can be with my family. And Eddie did not do that until he's late in his 60s. So he's no better than Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I mean, neither one of them.
Addiction is a disease, though. So
it is a disease, but you have to be strong enough to, you have to decide yourself that enough is enough. Yes. Right.
Yes. And yeah. So, and again, we didn't see and we don't know the pain that he put Mother Lou and you know what I'm saying and
right.
Jax through, that maybe leaving was the best option in this particular situation. We don't know any of that, right? So but at some point he was like, I can't take care of me and I'm a bad influence on you. And again, we still haven't got to how his absence caused Mama to go to other men who ended up molesting Jax, which got brought back in this episode as we face Ozzy's situation. And I do quote that, but you know what I'm saying. So it's like so anyway. But you know what I'm saying. So it's interesting that still all kind of comes back, to all that. But anyway, it was just a beautiful moment. As I said, it was just well done, and Eddie just told Lewis all truth, and Lewis just left and said, "Never mind, I'm gonna go home now." But
it's like a mirror put up to his face, right?
Yeah, right. What's he?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's he gonna say? But I want to go down. I'm gonna continue down this fuck Lewis route. Because we got Naima. We got so Naima gets the onesie. How did she get the onesie?
David, we on the same page.
I was thinking that, and I was like, in a black household, the parents would definitely change that, would change the trajectory of that argument and be like, what was you doing going through my stuff?
That implies that he had it, which that's not established. The chain of custody has not been established on that onesie. And I'm assuming it had a football player's name on it.
Yes, it was. Lewis asked Tony, can I keep this? And she said yes.
Okay, so that implies that therefore Hattie knew that was Jaden's, and it was because she carried it home with, like, she's been carrying it around school all day because she came home with it. So I'm like, there's no explanation. How'd you get it? Where'd you find? That means you went through our stuff. To your point, Jamani, like, did you go through our stuff? When did that Hattie conversation should have been on camera so we could be like, hey girl, I found. When did Hattie and Naima become friends again? Like they were mad at each other last episode, which is why she ended up with the white girls like shoplifting. So
remember, teenage girls go through ups and downs, right?
Ups and downs.
They you're not my friend today, but tomorrow you're my friend. That's just a girl thing, right?
Well, like Beverly Hills 90210.
But we still, I believe that Eddie Jax's father could find Spencer vape pen and overdose, and this is why Jax is screaming and crying. I don't know. I don't think weed's gonna kill the man, but I mean, I would say it's probably the dad is the one that probably ends up overdosing. He died after they make a meaningful like reconciliation and like they're gonna move forward. We start seeing that.
I predicted that like episode 2 that was gonna be the dad who overdosed, and you also predicted that the onesie was gonna be found by Naomi. You said that.
Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck? Well, I mean, you're very sweet, but it was in the preview though. She had. It's just like we don't get the chain of custody, and a lot of things.
We don't know. Was it in her room? Just sitting, or did she bring it home? Like, where did it come from?
Where did it come from? We never saw, to this point, we never saw Lewis bring it home. He said, "Can I have it?" He didn't leave with it. He didn't bring it home, so it still could be sitting up there in Tony's house. So that still doesn't answer necessarily how she found it. And it's almost like she came home with it that day, and that's why she was so pissed. And she was like, hey, like I want to confront you about it. Like maybe Hattie gave it to her, but I'm like, it's a name. It's a the Eagles are a very popular team, so it don't mean shit that Tony's child was gonna have a onesie of the Eagles. Like
but
that don't
thing too. This is the crazy part. That could have been one of them. That could have been Spencer's or hers that her father kept from when they were infants. So you mean to tell me you assume that, you know what I'm saying? That
right,
whoever wrote this portion, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Show us her going snooping through her parents' stuff, snooping through her dad's office in the house, and show us that she found it, and then she was thinking, "Oh my God, is this the baby's?" or something like that. That could have been any. I still have my son's christening outfit. I mean, come on, he's 34.
It could be Mama's pregnant now that we're back together again, and we're gonna have a boy. It doesn't mean shit. And he just like, yep, I fucked Tony, and I'm like, this. You're doing bad things. You're doing bad things. But again, they're trying to get the Jax is a hypocrite because she's trying to reconcile her marriage with Lewis. However, she has a problem. So I disagree. They've done quite a few like Real Housewife moments in season 1. It wasn't too many in season 2, but I guess now they're back to that. I saw that as her actually using her own experience with Lewis just to let Sally know that just because you're having sex with your husband, she didn't say that was wrong. What she asked was, are you sure he's not having sex with someone else? Because last time she checked, her husband was banging Tony at the same time that he was trying to bang her. So he just saying, just because y'all fucking don't mean y'all in a committed relationship, and that's what communication's for. So I'm saying I didn't see her that as her being a hypocrite. Me personally, she was not saying she was just asking, are you sure you're the only one? That's what she asked. That to me. But Jamani, what you think of the dinner scene? I thought they were gonna start throwing wine.
I thought Sally's just very insecure right now. So I'm like, I just wiped that off as she's clinging on to a dying marriage, and she's insecure and is trying to lash out because of anybody trying to show the actual reflection of what the marriage is. So I'm like, yeah, all right, you're hurting, so therefore you're trying to hurt people, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Right. So Kim, so again, you're a woman. So let's say you in this situation.
Yes.
Last time, hey, I take you as your word.
Yeah.
I take you as your word. So breasts don't mean nothing. We'll talk about that in 2 more reviews.
Oh, let's not even go there. Okay, go ahead.
But anywho, but no. Like, if you were your girlfriend sitting up there, you confide in her. Like, how would you have taken her response of, "Are you sure it's only with you"? Like, was Sally taking it too far? I mean,
no. When Jack said that, it's because she went through the same experience. So she's like, because when you're separated, right, you are free to do whatever you want. So you need to have the conversation with the person you're separated with. Are we going to be sleeping with other people, or are we going to keep that exclusively to us? That's part of the separation conversation, right? And that's what Jax was trying to say to her. But Sally took offense to it because Sally is on pins and needles about her marriage. So she was offended by the question. But it's like, if you go home and you sit there and you think about what she said, she's absolutely right. This conversation needs to be had, because separation means exactly what it says.
Right.
Separation, right?
Yeah.
Free to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, and hurt, like Jamani said, hurt people hurt, people, right? And that's what she was doing. There was no reason for her to like get an attitude like that, like, like, how dare you? No.
and to the
here.
And to the point of we're not seeing things on camera. Like, I would love to see how Sally and Chris got to this point, because this all goes back, to Chanel and that situation, and we kind of saw them falling apart at the end of the episode. So they kind of should gave us some. Sally is a silly bitter bitch. So I think, agreed. But again, we don't know the situation. We don't know what Chris is saying to her. We don't know. In fact, he fucked her last season. Like, he was right. Like he came in, dicked her down, and then left, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
this ain't new. This ain't, I mean, in the situation that he's like, I can still get it and leave. You know what I'm saying? So she's, I mean, I would much rather see what's going on with Sally and Chris right now than Jax getting the dick down again from Lewis, and then Spencer's back. I think Sally wanted her to be just excited for her, and she put in her place instead. It was, again, we got to see how this develops. Autumn is pregnant, so she's making progress in her relationship, and that's awesome. So I'm saying, so each character is doing something. And Chanel is accepted as one of the friends, because season 1 she was the outcast, and they were making fun of her, for the record. So that
But that's just catty women, though. That's women can be catty with the best of friends. You can still be cat. No, seriously, women are
yeah.
emotional creatures, right? So we may love you, but also we can despise you at the same time. So you know what I mean, and be jealous of what you have or what you don't have. That kind of thing. We're catty,
Hurts being on the back of the jersey symbolized that Tony and Lewis being hurt. I think that was made before. I mean, that was made when the baby was alive. We don't even know. It's just again, the jersey was a bit much. When it's all said and done, the whole dancing TikTok, they were just showing they were being kids. So I'm not going to be. The baby's name was on the back of the shirt, the jersey, Jade, and it wasn't. It was Hurts. But anyway. So then we got Sally and Jax, we got Eddie and Lewis. All right, Jamani. I think we're gonna have a different perspective, but than some other people. We revealed that said molester was Monica, aka Mercedes Woodbine. I'm
Which
not seeing
you actually said, David. You actually did say that. I'm trying to remember, like you always remember what I said. You actually said that, like when we talked about it when we first, I think it was first episode maybe, or second, whenever they revealed it, right? You said it could be Monica, and I was like, I was thinking that I don't know. I thought it was the guy who used to be on the show with him.
I thought they were gonna do something a little different. I mean, I didn't know Monica had been with them for that long. My problem. Okay, I am a man. I've been 13 years old. Brandy Evans is gorgeous.
She is.
If Brandy Evans came to me and said, "Hey, David, since you paid the bills, let me give back to the team," I also would have been like, I'm not seeing the problem in this. And Wendy wouldn't even been an option. I would have been like, when I turn 18 or whenever it's legal in my state, we're getting married. Like that. I would roll that out. Like, yeah, I just don't understand how.
On the other side of that, David, I see what you're saying, but on the other side of that, if the roles were reversed, you would not see it that way.
Yes, but they're not. But I agree with you. I agree. No, again, I acknowledge 100% what you're saying. Society-wise, but no. And he said I enjoyed it, so I was like, oh, let's get into it. And that's an honest reaction. You know what I'm saying? To be like, hey, it wasn't that bad. But Jamani, your thoughts if you were Ozzy at that point? What do you think?
I speculated that that's what it was last episode, but I didn't say anything because they didn't reveal the gender, and I didn't want to go down the whole road that we're going down now about the efficacy of it all. But yeah, because I'm like, if you are complicit and you want it, I'm like, I don't see how you can demonize it as like you were abused if you wanted, quote unquote, said abuse. You know what I mean? So
I hear, but that's a different conversation, and especially when it's a girl, it's a whole different thing. Like you're not going to hold up that argument.
But at the same, he's 13. Okay,
yeah,
he cannot consent to having sex with a grown woman. I mean, that happened to Tyler Perry.
But my question is, wait. My question is if it was another 13-year-old girl, then it's okay. But if the person is older,
because remember, 13 and 13, that's fine. They don't even know what they're doing. A grown woman sleeping with a child is disgusting. Just like vice versa. If a grown man is sleeping with a 13-year-old, what are you doing? That's disgusting. Either way, it's disgusting.
Yeah. But what our parents? So that being said, though, but so then Wendy, how did she allow this? Makes her a suspect. If this show had any kind of sense from a legal drama perspective, this would show Monica as having a motive because Wendy is interfering with her teenage lover /
Absolutely.
paycheck.
Yep.
And then that's where we should be going with this. You know, they'd be like, oh, who has a motive to kill Wendy, as opposed to some random drifter that they're, oh my, like,
but David, that's not why. That's why it's not going to be her, because it's.
Oh yeah, it's too easy now, right?
Yeah.
It's too right. It's episode 4. Like it's too easy.
Right.
So and then for the parents to be like, "Oh my God, this happened," you know, and I'm like, but they would have saw signs of like her being around him for too long and inappropriate time, or he would have acted out at 13. He probably would have thought, "Oh, that's my girlfriend." Like he would have acted differently towards her, and they would have been like, "Why are you so clingy to her?" and that kind of thing. And again, how did Wendy even get a window to come into this thing? So it's a y'all, I would have put the screenshot like on the thing. The name of the back of the jersey is Hertz. I took a picture of it. It's Hertz, I think number 7, I think. Number 1, Hertz number 1. That's what it says on the back of that jersey. Boom. So it just saying. But again, it was an interesting reveal. I'm kind of disappointed because I thought, you know, they would do some gender swapping, but they're like, oh, it's her. And then I'm like, he's still giving it to her or whatever. I thought just real quick, when he wrote in his journal, I can't believe Wendy did this to me. I was like, and she said trial starts tomorrow. Wendy was murdered. Like, he's not painting himself in a scene like he did not kill Wendy. Like, he's still blaming her, even though she was the one murdered. So I feel like if he didn't do it, he was definitely involved somewhere in the cover up or something. He was involved. And I thought that was the night she got killed, and that was his alibi, that he was fucking Monica. That's what I thought. But no. This is like last night or a couple of nights ago.
Does anybody think it's the sister? Maybe they killed Wendy.
I feel if she said
to protect her brother, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was saying from the first episode.
Yeah, you did say that. You did, Jamani. I'm trying to remember, guys. I'm trying.
No. It's a good thing, as long as she stays non-threatening. Right, like if they make her too much of a villain too soon, then it's not going to be. It needs to be that person like. Oh,
no, she becomes a villain. I don't know, maybe in 2 or 3 more episodes, and like kidnaps Daniel or something. Like you're too. That's why she's cozying up to him, because he's the investigator, and it's like once he gets too close, he has to go away.
Well, then he's that. Oh my God, please! I hate this show from a legal perspective. This show is just laughably stupid. Like when they make some kind of effort to go. Jack says, "Hey Daniel, why don't you go try to find a witness before trial begins that might show that our client wasn't there when said Wendy got murdered." We don't even know what he's charged with. Like, what is he on trial for? Like, is it murder in the 1st degree, 2nd degree, manslaughter? Like, we don't even know what he's facing, how many years he might get. We don't know any of this shit. We have not seen a murder weapon. We have not had an autopsy of Wendy's body to figure out if there's any scratches or DNA. Was there a fight? None of this shit has been addressed. We don't even know the prosecution's theory of how, again, what they're charging him with. But we're back to racism when it comes to jury selection. We are back to, if it's a black man or Asian people, I took a picture of it. We want Asian people that have a unwavering sense of justice, and we want faithful women who go to church. I'm like, every season they do this shit. Every season, I'm like, fuck you, Jamani. Like, what? Investigative wise, what questions would you be asking if you were some kind of lawyer defending this man?
For jury selection or for
no, just trial, like strategy. Like, what is your strategy?
I would be trying to figure out what is the sequence of events that went from the last time you saw the gun until the cops recovered it. Like, we don't know anything about that. How far is the distance from his house where he's on camera to this place out in the woods, or
the cabin where she was killed?
Like, I don't know. Just there's technology everywhere, so it's like Was your car? Was your phone? Was it tracking this? Was it like
right.
none of this stuff is coming in? That's why I'm just like, you guys are invested in predicting. I'm just like, sit back and they will tell you, because it's not
when the time comes.
because it's not going to make any sort of sense. And they're not, they know what they're doing, and they're purposefully trying to hide their hand so that, because they're not doing it strategically to give you clues along the way. It's just hide the hand and we'll tell you later.
Yeah. I feel so. Kim, this point in the investigation, do you feel like anything else? That's a good point about the murder weapon distance or anything. Investigated what do you want to know about the trials? Anything that do you have questions about who killed who? Or
I want to know who killed what is, and like you said, what is he charged with, right? They haven't even told us. Is it like you said, manslaughter, first degree murder? What is he being charged for? And then their strategy, I don't really, the only thing I can see about the strategy is like maybe religious people will be more forgiving. Like and moms are usually more forgiving, so it's like a grandma type. She may be more forgiving than an average, like single mom who's never been a single woman who's never been a mom. She may not be as sympathetic towards this. I don't know about the Asian thing. I really don't know. So I don't know, because the thing about Asian people, and I have a lot of coworkers who are Asian, and I have a friend who's Asian. She's Korean. The way that they grow up with their parents is completely different than what they are when they're adults. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they grow up with very strict parents, but then they get out into the world and they see the world differently. So some may like embrace like, oh my goodness, I feel sorry for this boy, he was molested, and then some may be like, oh, he deserves it, he's a black men are terrible, and because that's because a lot of people do view, unfortunately, black men as terrible men, like they're clutching their pearls as soon as they walk in the room and that kind of nonsense. So I'm not really sure what Jax is doing, but of course we know at the end she's gonna have a light bulb in episode 8.
Yeah,
I think I know who did it.
I got it.
Columbo.
It was Chanel. It was Chanel.
My issue with this is they're like, we're gonna find a strategic way to bring out your childhood abuse during the trial that you're on, a trial that you're on for murder for, right? And it's like, how is this going to be relevant to the case to be brought up?
Exactly.
I'm like, somebody could say it in jest, but you're not even able to get into any sort of nitty gritty detail for it to make an impact or a difference.
And what you gonna say? He didn't do it, but maybe if he did do it, it's because he got molested. Like, that's the only way it makes any kind of sense. I think the sister let Danny know because he knows what happened to her brother, probably. Well, I wonder again. I wonder when they're gonna figure out easily that the journals are gone, and it's 2020 something, and this 20-year-old, 25 is journaling, like hard copy journaling. I was like,
people still are people who journal.
I just feel like he would be a little bit more, but again, those books that he stole from the house.
That's part of therapy, actually. Not like it's part of some people when they have therapy, they write down their feelings every day, and it helps some people to kind of move along during the day. They have to kind of write down what happened.
Then Ozzy will figure it out when he goes home that night to journal that all his journals are gone.
But this is I'm like, you're a private investigator. I've seen more movies and TV shows than I can count where they just take the phone and they just take screenshots.
Right.
He just took everything. Hey, I'm like,
Michael Knight took photos, and that was in the 80s. Because you don't take the whole damn thing. Because he's sitting in the car reading all these damn journals from front to back, and somehow Ozzy's not gonna know any of this shit. I believe that Alex had some goons kill Wendy. What other reason did she tell Daniel about the book and then let him know where the key was? What? No. He called her and said, I left my notebook in the house and I need it for jury selection. And that's what happened. So these are different things. So she was actually trusting, Daniel, that he was being truthful when he said, I just need to get in the house real quick. And again, it's weird that the house doesn't have any cameras inside. I just thought, wait a minute. I think that Chad could defeat Jax in court. Well, it's her show, so I don't know. A win is a win. Doggone win. I need the context to that. But okay, see, Kendra could help Bill, help Jax with the case. We can't forget that Kendra is an attorney also. Thank you for that segue. I was happy to see Bill doing well with Kendra. And we saw the beautiful kids and they talked to an extent. So I was happy to see the family, more family drama. I know I'm the guy that keeps on bringing this shit up. I know, but it kind of irked me when he was like, hey baby, I got your oxtails and peppers because you're a Negro. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I want him to be like, next week I got some collard greens and some yams because we're black. I'm not, I thought it was unnecessary.
I didn't see it that way.
I did.
Like,
it's not a coincidence.
Absolutely did not see it that way. You see it that way because Joseph Sikora is white. But if your man knows what your favorite meal is, so what?
I get it.
I think it was a point to show. I think it was a point to show he fucked up on the flowers. Yes. So now he has the meal correct.
Right, exactly. It had nothing to do with racism. He knows his wife. He knows what she likes. Except for the flowers, obviously. He got that wrong.
But hey, I feel like collard greens are gonna come. I'm like, I get it. They never pass an opportunity. They never. I just said it's like with the Tupac shirts, and they're like, hey, I was like, I get it. Like, I see these people. I know that they're black. I got it. But anyway, I hope this does go somewhere. I hope he comes home. I know I'm bringing up Power. I hope he comes home and she's dead. That he has the ring because he wanted to try to renew their vows or something, and she's dead on the floor, and he just falls, and the kids are like, "What happened, Daddy?" He's like, "I'm sorry, son. Get in the Mustang. We got to drive off." Where'd you get the Mustang from? Don't worry about that. And he just goes to Chicago. He's like, "We got to start all over again." Is it Morris Chestnut in Chicago?
No.
Yes, I think he is. You are muted. I'm assuming because of the dogs. But yeah, I feel like Morris is in Chicago. That would be hilarious.
I think he is in Chicago. Yeah,
that would be hilarious if he's like, "Let's go to Chicago."
Oh yeah. In this show, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That would be hilarious. Anyway, let's.
As far as race goes, can we get to the actual part of the show that actually dealt with race?
Yeah. Sam and Lewis and this. Good. Thoughts?
This is why he should have fired him. And if he's gonna be the bitch boy that he is, he should have went to his wife and said, "All right, I know that you don't deal with employment law, but tell me how I can get rid of this guy." Because he lied about the non-compete contract, he lied about knowing C++, and then he tries to blow him up about, he said I had to, work for free, overtime and whatever. No, this is still grounds for you to be fired. Like, why?
Yeah, why did he keep him? But that showed to me that Lewis is not even the boss at work. Normally, right? If you're not the boss at home, you're at least the boss at work, right? Lewis is not even strong enough at work. He's not strong in his household. He's just a weak man, which is, one of my pet peeves. I don't like weak men. So yeah, that's what that showed to me, is that he's weak, because, and then I felt like there was a underlining thing when the employee was like, "Oh, that's how you gonna do me?" Sir, this is not Negro job, okay? This is a job, okay? Has nothing to do with your color. So he's supposed to keep you, even though you lied about your credentials.
Yes.
To get the job, he's supposed to keep you. In a contract for a job, it says that if they find anything that you lied about, you will be fired.
Yeah.
Right? So it has nothing to do with color.
But unfortunately, like Lewis made about color. because he knew, like, he used, he's like, Sam is black, and I got to keep him because he's black, and he helped him because he's black, and now that's backfiring on him. I kind of wanted Lewis to get fired. I wanted Lewis to get fired so he could be like, oh shit, this black man took me down. Or I wanted not white, another race person competing with Sam, and Lewis picked Sam over this person, and now he's like he's slapped with the EO or complaint. Because it's like, I'm more qualified than Sam was, as now proven. And I'm saying, and you pick Sam because he's black. And now Lewis has to defend his race-based decision of hiring this man. And I would love to see that kind of play out.
That is how last season should have ended, instead of this cliffhanger about Tony suing them or whatever. That's what this season should have been about, the EO lawsuit that Jax has to help him defend or whatever.
That would have been good. I'm just saying, like, I need to know why Lewis is relevant from a work perspective. Like, I again, and this mysterious black woman that he works with, that's on his team, that they mentioned twice for some reason, but we still haven't seen her, because he said, I'm one of 3 coders. So there's a black woman that we haven't seen yet. I'm like, why do we keep on hearing about this shit? Cliff could fire Sam now. It really should be Lewis, but Lewis is trying to step up as a boss and as a supervisor at least. So, I mean, but he needs to be the one to let this man go. And I want Sam to sue Lewis over racial discrimination. He fires Sam and he hires, it's going to have to be a white person, so it makes sense, but he hires a white person to replace him, and Sam sues him for racial discrimination. And now he has to be like, well, no, I did it because you're incompetent. No, wait.
No,
And
I want hire a female, and he it was gender bias.
I like that. I like that. Let's do gender bias. Let's do gender bias. Or maybe Sam reveals that he's gay, and so now he's been screaming again because of homophobia. Bill Sterling could have helped Lewis get rid of Sam because Bill knows some civil cases. So we gotta see where Bill is going to be useful legal wise. Yes, Corey Cash is in Chicago. We got Bill, we got Naima. What else? Parents responded correctly. But the whole, oh my God,
I have a question. Why didn't the mother tell that she allowed the father to come in the house and talk to the children? Why did the children have to tell Jax? The mother, she should have told.
Yes, so we just talked. The chain of custody should have been, how did he get into the house? So Lewis and Jack should have obviously figured out mom was in charge. Why didn't you tell us? When did you talk to the kids? Mom was in charge. Why did you tell? So this really should have been a conversation with them two confronting her. Absolutely. And being like, right. And I actually thought that she was going to do it on purpose. I thought Mama Lou was like, hey, we all need to be a family. So that kind of stuff. So I would have been like, your job was to protect. But then also, as we said, it would have been good to see how Eddie was able to get the kids to accept the situation. Thank you.
I wanted to see that too, David. Right? I felt like that should have been because of his past, right? And the things he did. I wanted to hear him say something that would convince me that what he said was convince the kids not to be mad at their parents.
Lori Harvey is playing his secret daughter, if I remember correctly. Like she still hasn't been revealed yet. I think she's playing his other daughter, which like Jax is good. So that could have been like, I too have a daughter that mama and mom and your mom and doesn't know about, and they could kind of be like, I was kind of in a similar situation, and they could do that. But also, real quick, back to Lewis being a piece of shit. At the dinner, Jax says that Naima is blaming her for the Tony situation. That she's slamming doors in my face, like she's looking like it's my fault.
Oh, and let me tell you, when that girl slammed that door would have been off the hinges. It would have been off the hinges. You understand? You do never. My mother would break your daggone back if you slam doors in her house. Okay, you can be as mad as you want. And I was the same way with my kids. I used to be mad and huffing and puffing, and I'm like, slam that door here. Go ahead. I dare you to slam it. The door would have been off the hinges. Okay.
DeMarc said this a couple times. Jax gets her attitude from her daddy. I get it from her daddy. It's possible. But again, he was provoked and therefore, defending himself. I thought, verbally. But point is, we should have saw Naima specifically blame Jax for this whole situation. Yep. And more importantly, we see Lewis stand up and be a man and say, no, this is my fault. Like, your mom, this is not your mom's fault. This is me. I'm the one that did this with Tony. I was wrong, and I should have told you like this, because he just kept on looking at Jax like, why didn't y'all tell me? He's like, well, me and your mama talked about it. I was like, no, you fucked up and put us in this situation. And it would have been an opportunity. It would have been an opportunity for him to stand up and be like, and be counted and be like, this is not your mom's situation. This is my situation.
With that situation, when he's looking at Jax, that shows that she wears the pants. Literally, she wears the pants in the household, right? Which, don't get me wrong. Like, there's some households that's how they run, right? The woman pretty much runs the household. And the husband is just like, okay, yes, dear. I've got uncles like that. My dad was kind of like that. But, it still bothers me. Like, look, let a man be a man, okay? It was his mistake, and he should have fessed up to the mistake and then apologized to his kids profusely about the mistake. And he did not do that.
So. Yeah. And we still Lewis took L after L in this episode, and I loved it. Yes, he a bitch, man. I'm like, I hate this character, but definitely I was like, thank you, Eddie, for putting this man in this place. So I thought by now,
I'm like, if he had taken accountability from the beginning, he wouldn't have to apologize profusely at all.
Absolutely.
No, true.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 months, Dad. 9 months. You had time while Tony's belly was growing to be like, hey, I got something to tell you. And we need.
Wait, I thought the baby was born premature.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah. The baby was only like 6 months.
It was about 7 months. It was about 7 months. But I mean, it was still getting bigger. But the image, they both had time once she figured out I was pregnant and it kind of work out like that. We didn't know how to tell you and that sort of thing. But I would like to see so anyway, we haven't seen Tony, so maybe Tony is done with this. It would have been interesting. How did she get the onesie? Tony gives it to Naomi and was like, hey, your dad forgot this because he wanted something from our son. That would have been interesting. And then she's like, what? And now mom is confirming what Hattie said, and this is why she believes it. And she's like, Miss Tony gave this to me. What? And then that would have been an interesting way to bring Tony back into the situation, so they can make make that relevant. Like, why would
that would have cussed Tony out?
Yeah, right. I mean, you would be like, I'm slapping this bitch. Like, what? You went to my daughter? You know what I'm saying? And like that would make sense. Like, if she's still mad and she's like, I'm alone and blah 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 blah, then that would kind of make sense that she wanted to lash out at them. Like sorts of thing. Yes, I do not like Spencer, but he was not annoying. He was just kind of there staring. So I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. He really didn't take away or anything. He was just kind of like, oh, it's fine. And it's magically how he just randomly appeared once the onesie showed up. Like he was supposed to be coming, but it's like, I found the onesie. Oh, hey, Spencer, you're here. Okay. And now we can have this conversation. I was like, did Naomi call him? Naomi call him and be like, hey, I got this onesie we need to talk about. That would have been interesting. So if she would have called her brother, hey, Spencer, did you know about no, I didn't, and what are we gonna do? That kind of thing. Show brother and sister kind of working together. Lewis will get some tea on Eddie in the next episode, which could be Lois Harvey, aka Chelsea, being Jax's half sister. Or Eddie's sugar baby. So I think half sister. He ain't got no money to be a sugar daddy at this point. But maybe half sister, and then we can get some tea on that. All right, come on, we're gonna wrap this up so we can start play dirty on time. Jamani, anything else for reasonable doubts?
The court case this season is the least interesting part of this show.
Okay.
Like, they don't care about it, therefore I don't care about it. I'm like, hopefully something happens or something goes somewhere with Bill Sterling and his estranged wife, because if it doesn't, this is just a real big waste of time.
The season or the case?
No, I'm talking about them showing us him at home.
Oh, okay. The whole family situation.
Yeah, I'm like,
gotta get it.
Make something happen quick.
Okay. I
I'm
got you.
yeah. I don't need to see Lewis at work unless he has a secret family with this other black girl.
That's a lot. That would be. I don't know if he has time, but that would be interesting. You're right. Like you're right. I'm not as much as I'm like I don't like Lewis, but his job is boring, and I'm not sure why this is. They keep on talking about this shit. I don't know. That's a good point. You know.
I'm like Daniel. Hopefully something goes somewhere with this relationship.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for him to find out something that he's not supposed to, and that to become interesting. But yeah, there's really no reason other. Like Crystal has become so irrelevant this season. Like,
well, she's working on law school. I don't know, bro. I mean, not everybody can be main character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they kind of have Daniel just there. He's not doing his actual job of investigating, for this case. He's just a babysitter.
I'm like, no, they're pulling people out from accounting. I'm like, I know that she works for the law firm.
That was weird. That was weird, Jemani. Was it not? It was like you just. And not to talk about the woman, but I mean, she was struggling to even walk, and I was like, you couldn't have went to her instead of pulling that woman over. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. And then also you're asking her questions, and she knows the case you're talking about. How about she goes and puts it on social media?
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
I thought about that, and I'm like, all right, when you are a client of a law firm, right? Your case can be talked about within said law firm, right? But I don't know if her employee contract states that she is a part of
the confidentiality agreement of the entire law.
Because you're an accountant, why would you know anything other than like billing or something?
Yes.
So
yes.
And I'm like, you're telling something that not something that was directly told to you, right? This is something you got permission to know from the therapist. So this is like 2 steps removed from direct confidentiality.
That's a good point too. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know why you're going and getting her random ass opinion when you can hire an expert and get their opinion, and then they're in confidentiality because you paid them through.
She did that in season 2. They do this every season. It was jury selection, like research, and they did this in season 2. I think they actually did hire an expert last year, but they do this every season. Every season, we need to shape the jury so they look just like the client, so they can love him for being a black man in America. They do it every.
He's a celebrity, like. What is the demographic of people who watched his show in this county?
Yeah.
And let's go for those people.
Or they should do a change of venue just for that. Prosecution should be like, we need to move somewhere where he's not a walking god because he's on TV every week, I'm assuming.
Exactly. Clearly, they didn't watch The Practice or Ironside or what is a Perry Mason. All of these shows that were brilliant shows, none of these writers are watching.
This is like, basic shit. Law and Order. No, LA Law, damn it. LA Law did it. LA Law did it. Also, real quick, this one, I think I'm thinking of this from a firm perspective. I feel Ally McBeal even did it better of like who's in charge of the firm, how did they do like, and like you understood who was top dog and why and like the partners, and it's like even they did it better, half hour with commercials. I'm like, fuck, I don't even know how to.
It was a comedy at the same time.
And they had a dancing baby. I mean, you had a dancing baby for no damn reason. I was like, I love the baby. I was like, why am I watching this shit? But it was hilarious. It was hilarious. Yes. It made sense. It made sense. Anyway, we gotta get the Mark Wahlberg turning into Vin Diesel. So come on, Jemani.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Love you, man. We'll see you next week. Woo! Kim.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Continue to join the conversation. Like, comment, please subscribe. Always watch the video to the very end. That is very, very important. Share the video with anyone and everyone. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you for joining the conversation. We're about to come back with, I believe it's called Play Date with Mark Wahlberg. And it was an okay movie, but we'll talk about it. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. Yeah, we're doing Play Dirty in about 3 minutes. Yes, DeMarcus, we are tracking that Family Business is coming back. I did not know that the Oval is coming back. I have not seen the trailer, and no, we are not doing Tulsa King. I'm gonna do the Samuel Jackson spinoff when he gets his own show. But Sylvester Stallone is old as fuck, and I ain't trying to see him trying to be a tough guy at 80 or some shit. Like, it just ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. That's me. That's me. Sorry about that. But anyway, love you guys. Come on. Let's take it to Mark Wahlberg being, again, Vin Diesel.
I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us, people in the chat.
I enjoy The View very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Go ahead.
Casey, do your thing.
Okay.
Anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.